Hey.
Everyone. Thank you for the delay for waiting for us for the delay. We had a little bit of an issue getting StreamYard working, but Mercury is in Gandanta and retrograde today. You guys saw that I went ahead and posted a video on that. So if you need to do some remedial measures, those are available as well. They apparently worked for us because we were able to get online today. Yay. So, y'all, I am so excited to have the amazing Ailynn Halvorson on today. She is the author of The Tarot Apothecary. And this is going to be a very special live tarot reading session because we have a fascinating topic that combines the mystical world of tarot with the healing powers of aromatherapy. And as if any of you in the audience have been clients of mine, you know that I offer aromatherapy and in tinctures and things like that, as well as teas. And I have my Queen of Wands tea recommended in Aylynn's book, which I really love. It's a great way to, it's a great modality that connects to both astrology, the tarot, and helping us spiritually on our path. Because, we could be physically great, we could be mentally and emotionally great, but if we're not spiritually on the right path, we're lost. So that's what I really love about this book is I feel that this is not just something for the physical realms. This is something that can help us spiritually. So that's what I got from the book. And I got this as a gift for my birthday last year. So the way that we're going to explore the practices and insights of the Tarot Apothecary with Ailynn, and her book really uniquely connects each tarot card with a specific aromatherapy remedy, and it offers a really holistic approach to healing and self-discovery. So again, this isn't just physical, mental, and emotional remedies. This is getting back in touch with your guides. It's about getting in touch with the realms beyond this one. So today's session will be divided into two parts. First, we're going to introduce you to some of the key concepts in the Tarot Apothecary and discuss how aromatherapy can improve your tarot practice. And then we're going to dive into live readings, and we're going to address each and every card outlined in the book to provide you with insightful and healing guidance. So it's going to be a really great show. And to start, I'm going to go ahead and define aromatherapy for you guys. Aromatherapy is the practice of using essential oils extracted from plants to promote physical and emotional well-being. And these oils can influence our mood. They can reduce stress. I use them all the time. And they even help with physical ailments. And tarot is a really powerful tool for divination. It's why you guys come on here every week. And each card holds a very specific meaning and insights to guide us on our life's journey. And Ailynn was able to figure out a connection between these two worlds and bring this gift to us. I mean, I feel like this came from the muses. They tapped her forehead and brought her to us. So I'm very excited to have her on today. And she also covers numerology as well as a number of other things in the book. And it's absolutely phenomenal. If you go ahead and go in the links in the description, you can go ahead and follow her and find all about her beautiful practice. But yes, without ado, the wonderful Ailynn, writer of the Tarot Apothecary. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. It's always fun to talk about the book. So, yeah, it's been a real gift for me. Just having the book come to me. It's been a gift for me and a tool that I've used for many years that I really didn't realize I could put it all together in a book.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I highly recommend her book, The Tarot Apothecary. So anyone, if you're looking to deepen your tarot practice, I've used it to deepen mine. It's an incredible resource. It provides not only meanings of each card, but also really practical aromatherapy remedies to support your journey. So, that said, can you tell me a little bit about your background and where did this wonderful book come from?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I had an older sister. She passed away about 3 years ago, but she was 13 years older than me. Okay. And when I was about 10 years old, she went to a garage sale one day, and a lady had a tarot deck and a book. And she was terrified of them. She wanted them gone out of her house. So my sister was like, oh, cool. She was like 23 at the time. She says, I'm going to buy this. So she brought it home and she started working with the cards, and she was an avid reader. So she read through the book in no time. And then she started teaching me at 10. Of course, I didn't have life experience. So, working with the cards was fun, but, I really didn't gather all the knowledge of the cards at that time.
Hmm.
And I continued to work with them throughout my life. In college, at some parties, I would read cards for people. Um, and then in my 40s, I really just decided I am really going to learn these cards, because I was
Hmm.
always using the book to decipher the meaning of the card. And I was having
Yeah.
such a difficult time.
Mm.
I couldn't memorize the cards. It was like,
Mm.
I tried everything. And finally, I picked up a book one day that said, the suit of swords relates to the element of air. And I
Hmm.
went, what? Why didn't anybody tell me this? And once I started understanding the elements and how they relate to the cards and the numerology, the cards were easy to read. I could
Hmm.
look at the picture and say, oh, water, da 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 da. It was just really simple.
Yeah.
Um, so I really started delving in my 40s. I taught my first tarot class in my late 40s. And then the book came to me in my, when I was 60.
Oh, wow.
60, the book came to me, and it was the weirdest thing. As
That in
you
itself.
kind of mentioned earlier, that it was kindly divinely inspired, and I
Yeah.
would say yes, totally. It was about a month before COVID hit, and I got really sick. It may have been COVID, I don't know, because they weren't really diagnosing it at the time. But it
Mm.
was a long issue, and they put me on all these meds that kept me awake at night. And remember laying
Mm.
in bed one night and running a fever and couldn't sleep. And it was just like, boom, the idea of the book came to me. It was like, this is what you're supposed to do. And it was basically connecting tarot with aromatherapy. And I was like, okay, I'm an aromatherapist, I'm a tarot reader. I should be able to do this.
Hmm.
And I went to a tarot conference about a couple weeks later, and I was telling someone about it. And she was like, you got to download. And if you don't own this, it will go to someone else. And I'm like, no, 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 this is mine. I'm going to own this. But then I started thinking, and I was talking to the universe, and I said, okay, universe, if you want me to write this book, I'm going to need some help, because I work 40 hours a week. I read tarot on the weekends. I teach tarot at night. I have a line of aromatherapy products and teas. And, I don't know how I'm going to have time to write a book.
Mm.
Well, 2 weeks later, I got laid off from my job due to COVID. And it was in the medical field, and I was 60 years old, and I worked in a hospital, and I was like, I just don't really want to go back into a hospital not knowing what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So I said, thank you, universe. And I took the time to write the book. And it was just like, I just knew what to do. I knew where to
Mm.
start. I knew where to go. It was just all going through me
They just
and
told
being
me that
received.
they just told me that you gave birth to this book. Did it take about 9 or 10 months to make?
Exactly 9 months to write.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. This was definitely divinely inspired. That is amazing. I love that, Ailynn. Oh wow.
Yeah. And I had a friend that's an author and editor. And so I sent it off to her, and I said, we go through it. She went through it, and I sent my proposal in. And 2 weeks later, I got a yes. It was just like, boom, boom, boom. This is what you're supposed to do. It was so exciting, because I had never thought of writing a book. It was not like I was going, this was my goal in life.
Hmm.
I'm terrible with punctuation. I can't spell that well. All these things that you need to understand to write a book was not there for me. So
Hmm.
I spoke with friends, and I got a book on how to write a book, and took a course on how to write a proposal, and I just started writing. And 9 months later, it was ready to go off for to the publisher to see if they would accept it. So it was really
Wow.
exciting.
That is incredibly exciting. Now, was when you were writing the book, was there a blend that you created for yourself as you were writing the book that kind of kept you in the mode with the
I didn't
muses?
actually create a blend, because I had already had my Four Queens blends
Ooh, fun.
um, that I had designed earlier when I
Hmm.
started. When I was going to teach my first tarot class, I was terrified.
Hmm.
And, I was in my head, saying, oh, why do you think you have the knowledge to teach? And who do you think you are? And just cancel the class. No one will know. You know, this was all going through my head. So I
Yeah.
pulled tarot cards and I got the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords to me is you're too much in your head. You need to get back in your body. You need to ground. And you're creating a bigger nightmare than it is. You need to step through this fear. And so I went in the kitchen and created my Queen of Pentacles that day. And I just took every earthy oil I could think of, you know, cedar wood, cypress, patchouli, anything that was grounding. And I just blended. I had no idea what I was doing at the time. I just blended and created the Queen of Pentacles. And I did that with all four spray, created 4 queens. And all those recipes are in the book. So everybody can create their own queen spray if they want to.
They do. I love the recipes. And you not only have like magical sprays, but you have teas and like little tinctures and stuff that I love. And I got the idea for my tea today for Queen of Wands from your book. So it's like an
Oh,
orange
yay.
cinnamon ginger tea. It's so good, you guys. So
Yeah, it was really fun to create those sprays. And I would just sit in conversation with the queens. I would
mhm.
spray one of the sprays and I had my pen, paper out, and I would just listen to what she had to say, what her energy smelled like, what plants I saw, what crystals I saw, anything that related to her that came in, I wrote down, and I wrote down everything she said. And those are in the book too, my 4 queen journeys with each
The
queen.
Council of, yeah, she has a Council of Queens, you guys. It's so good. And they're really fun to incorporate into all of the readings, especially if you come from a more patriarchal background like we do in the West. It's nice to have that divine feminine energy come in
Yes.
and balance us out for sure.
Yeah, because I believe the queens, they inspire rather than command.
Yeah.
And they coax you along. And so they're there to support you. And when
hmm
you step into the energy of the queen, you are embodying the elements and the personality traits about her that you require at this point in time.
Yep.
So you're still you, but you're calling in those energies of that specific queen.
Yeah, I've told
Yeah.
my audience more than once that I'm normally Queen of Wands when I come up in a reading, but during my divorce, it was all Queen of Swords because she was keeping me mentally
Oh, yeah.
sharp and focused. So our
Totally.
queens can change. Like you can have the Council of the Queen of Wands for most of your life, and then another one will come in and say, "It's time for my interjection here."
Right.
Yeah.
And there's times when, you know, um, I'm in my Wheel of Fortune year,
That's my number.
fire,
Oh.
change. And I've really called in the earth element to keep me grounded during this change.
hmm
Um, so that I can walk through it with more grounded confidence and that solidity. And this year, as my Wheel of Fortune year, before the year even started, I said, I'm going to focus on change in my health. I really want to make my health better.
hmm
So right away, I pulled out the Empress and the Magician and my Wheel of Fortune card, put them on an altar so that they can support this change in my health and to get stronger and better. And because I'm going to be 65. And so it's like, now's the time I really need to have that grounded energy and support my health at this point in my life. So yeah.
Wow. Well, speaking of resistance, because you did mention your health, did you have any resistance in writing the book or?
No, actually, like I said, it just flowed through me.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and I would just go upstairs for about 4 hours a day and work. And I knew where to start. And from that, I just started writing up each of the tarot cards and started with that and
hmm
speaking with them and thinking of the oils that relate to them and smelling those oils and
I love that.
which one really relates and researching the oils more and seeing which one I wanted to put in the book as um, a companion to that card. Now, I do mention one oil for each card, but you can use it's you don't have to stick to my one oil. Let's put it that way. You can choose your own,
hmm
and I relate them to the elements. So The element of the card with the element of the oil.
Wow. I actually created my own list for the minor arcana.
Did you? Oh,
I
cool.
did. I did based off of your book. So I'll share some of those and you can maybe like, I don't mind being corrected because you guys, she's board certified aromatherapy. Like she's got all of the credentials and certifications. I don't. I've taken a few classes, but I'm not board certified. But I did, it did inspire me to create like little scents that I can incorporate in my practice and for studying and things like that. So for each card. So I will literally pull a card and then get the scent out. So
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
there you go. So
Yeah.
it's contagious, you guys, and it's a really fun, contagious thing to get.
And you don't have to have
So
a blend. I mean, you can just have one oil that you're working with at the
yeah.
time, you know, and I mean, like I got some fire right here, some lime oil.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
and this is a really good lime oil. It just smells like fresh limes. Um, and so just breathing it in, you know, the
Mhm,
oil goes, passes through your blood-brain barrier and right
mhm,
into your bloodstream and
mhm.
starts working and shifting those energies within you. And then if you
Yeah.
add mantra on top of that, the combination is just so powerful.
So in Vedic astrology, we have mantras and scents associated with each planet as well. And Lord Surya just stepped forward and said you honored him the day that you contacted the publishers. What is it about Lord Surya? He's the sun god.
Oh,
It's your
that's very interesting.
year, which is a one.
What was interesting on now, this is the day that I received the notification that they were going to publish the book. I pulled the
Oh,
sun card that day.
no way.
Yeah. And so
Oh,
I flipped up the sun and then I got the email that it was a yes. And it was very exciting for me because this I hardly ever get the sun card.
oh, that's
So I have to,
amazing.
yeah, it was really exciting.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Yeah, I always love whenever I wish someone a happy birthday, I wish them a happy solar return because it's like that's when the sun blesses us with his light and
Yes.
we get to shine again. So I
We get
love
to be
that.
seen. It's about us.
It's about
Yeah.
being seen. And this is a year about being seen. And so this is why you're on the show. So there you go. All right. So, can you tell us? You already told us about the Tarot Apothecary approach. Can you explain a little bit? You kept mentioning this is your Wheel of Fortune year. Can you explain how Tarot and numerology are incorporated in your lovely book?
Yeah. I have to tell the story that my husband and I were on vacation and we used to love to go to used bookstores. That if there was a used bookstore in the town, we'd get books.
Hmm.
And we were in this used bookstore, we were at the beach, and I picked up this book off the shelf, and it was called Tarot Constellations by Mary K. Greer.
I love
And I
it.
went, well, I have no idea what this means, but I'm going to get this book and go back to the house and read it.
Hmm.
So that book, it's gone through some changes. I think it's in its third edition now. It's now called Archetypal Tarot, rather than Tarot Constellations. So that's the new title for the book. But
Okay.
I read that book, and it's about numerology. It's about tarot numerology. That's what the book's about.
Hmm.
And basically, what you do to find out who you are in the tarot is add together your birthday.
Hmm.
Um, I always use my dad's birthday because he's long passed, but his birthday is October 4th, 1919. So you just like regular math, you add together 10 plus 04 plus 1919, and you're going to get a number like 1978 or something. You add that together,
Hmm.
and you're going to come up with a number between 1 and 21.
Hmm.
22, actually, 1 and 22.
Because the Fool can be
And
22. I read that in your book.
yeah,
I
the
didn't know
Fool's
that. Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
And that tells you who you are in the tarot. And once
Hmm.
I discovered that I was the hermit in the moon and I read about the hermit in the moon, I finally understood myself. I studied my husband's and I'm like, oh, I get it now. That's why we're both Pisces. We're 5 days apart. That's why
Yeah.
he's so different from me.
Yes.
Um, and I began to understand people just by understanding which tarot card they were. And understanding which tarot card you are tells you your gifts and challenges in life.
Hmm.
which is really powerful to know.
It is.
Um, so I'm the Hermit and the Moon. So I have, as each card within the tarot and the major arcana relate to a different elemental energy,
Hmm.
the Hermit is earth and the Moon is water. So I have that earth and water energy flowing through me. And I was just so excited. I was like, oh, because I never knew who I wanted to be when I grew up.
Hmm.
Even at 60, I'm still like, who am I? What am I? But I found out that as the hermit, you have to live life
Hmm.
first. You have to discover, you have to travel up to the top of the mountain. And then you can look back and see all the gifts that you've gathered along the way that are yours. And
Yep.
you understand who you are. And then you become the guide for others.
Yes, that's so
And so I was
true.
so excited that I was a guide. I go,
Well, and the moon represents like emotional confusion. So you're helping people through that emotional confusion by staying in the present, which is what the hermit does.
right. He grounds you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand my emotional confusion now through working with the cards. So it was very powerful for me. And then I read further in the book, and you can do the numerology to find out what year you're in the tarot,
Hmm.
which to me has been the most powerful gift I've ever received from the tarot.
It is.
Because um, once you know what year you're in the tarot,
Hmm.
it tells you the energy coming in this year.
It does.
And you can look at the gifts and challenge of the year,
Yep.
and you can look at your goals and how do my goals fit into this year.
Yep.
Let's say that you're really wanting to write a book and or create a deck. I'm going to go with create a deck because I like that because there's images with the deck.
Yes.
And but you're in your hermit year. Well, the
Mm.
hermit year may be more of a time because it's about going within, listening to your internal voice, finishing things up. So maybe that's a year to go within and start sitting with, if you're doing a deck, your cards. What do they look like?
Mm.
Maybe creating them during that time. But it's not really a time to step out with them yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's when I
Yeah,
really
it's
got into my Vedic astrology studies. I wasn't called to read for a while. It was just study this, get involved, take
get
classes.
involved
Yeah,
and listen
that
to
was my
what your
hermit
internal
year.
voice wants you to do.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What is right for you?
Hmm.
And then if you go into the Wheel of Fortune the next year, that's the time to put it out into the world,
Hmm.
to reach out and to expand on it. That's really a year to get things moving. It's fire. Fire is all about expansion and moving outward and leadership and courage and confidence.
Hmm.
And so looking at the energies of your years, and I usually do 5 years in advance. So I can
Okay.
see what's
You
coming
can
in.
plan it. Yeah,
I
you can
can
plan it
plan.
out. That's very Queen of Pentacles. I love that.
And if you're like this year, my Wheel of Fortune year, it's been interesting. I was in my Hermit year last year, and um, well, I'm going to go back one more year. I was in the Strength year before that, and it seems like
Hmm.
every Strength year, I move, and I move quickly.
Hmm.
So we moved from Oregon to Washington in the Strength year,
Hmm.
and moved right into my Hermit year in a town where I don't know anybody, and it's very much about seclusion and going within and listening to your voice.
Hmm.
So I spent a year in the Hermit year. Moving into the Wheel of Fortune, I was kind of still like, I'm still feeling the Hermit year in a sense.
Hmm.
My only goal was to work with my health. And it wasn't until I'm about halfway through my Wheel of Fortune year that the health issues started coming in. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, here it is. But before that, I wasn't seeing it. I didn't have a goal. It's not like I
Hmm.
have a big goal to plan ahead at this point in time. So it depends on if you have a goal, really mapping ahead is just really magical because you can see, oh, this is a year I work on this. Next year, I'm going to start putting it out. The next year, I see that the Queen of Pentacles or someone's coming in where I mean, not the Queen of Pentacles, but the Empress or
Empress. Hmm.
someone earthy,
Hmm.
where you can start growth and reaching out for what you want. So you can really map ahead your years and what you want to accomplish during those years.
Yes. Yeah, just to give you guys my background, I just came out of the Lover's year and now I'm in the Chariot. And long story short, this last year has been all about my marriage and active listening. And my husband had he's still going through a lot of health stuff. So it's been all about our marriage and our relationship. And now we're looking to move for the chariot year. So it's
Yep.
to expand and to kind of go outside
Moving
of where we're
forward.
at. Yeah, moving forward. It's on a material level too, because the lovers year was difficult for us, but we came through. And I'm a Wheel of Fortune. He's an Empress. And so it's a really good combination that we bring it to our relationship. And the lovers really brought that out, showed us our strengths, our weaknesses, and we were able to work with that. I love that you mentioned that, you're in that Wheel of Fortune year, but it's 19 is also the sun. And the sun is, because it's a one, it goes down to, and we've
Right.
got the magician as well. So if you include the sun and the
Yes.
magician, it's bringing magical energy to your vitality, because that's what the sun represents in the Vedas. It's our vitality. We
Exactly.
can't live without it. So I love that you're able to take all of those concepts and put them into a package and then deliver it to the seeker. I think that's a really beautiful gift.
Yeah, and
So,
I have to say, back in when I went to my very first tarot conference, I was turning 55,
mm,
and almost 10 years ago. Wow. And it was on my birthday. I was first day there was my birthday.
still a
So
return. Yay.
I said I'm gonna get a reading for and a deck for my birthday.
Mhm,
So I bought this beautiful deck and got a reading from the lady.
mhm.
And it was interesting because the deck I got, they only had 100 decks, and I got number 55, which was my age. You add together 5 and 5, you get 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which was my year.
Mhm.
And in the reading, the magician came up. And it clicked for me. Oh, so if the Wheel of Fortune is about change, let's call in the magician to manifest the changes I want to see in my life.
Yep.
And so I called in the magician. I wrote down a list of things I wanted to accomplish that year,
Mm.
and I did them.
Wow.
And it was through working with change, but also, change is going to happen. We're not going to be in control of every aspect of that change,
Mhm.
but we can be in control of some of it. So I manifested that year and created the changes that led me into writing this book.
Wow.
Um, by working with the cards. And that's what's really cool about the cards. If you have, let's say you're moving into your tower year,
Yeah,
which
that
can
was
be
fun.
very difficult.
Yeah.
Tower year can be very difficult. You look at the energy of that card, it's fire, and it's
Mhm.
about burning stuff up. It's about destroying,
Yeah.
and it destroys to create anew.
Yes.
It
And it's
it
followed by
burns
the star, which involves that beautiful water, right? Yeah.
and that
In the
relief and
air.
hope.
Mhm.
And you look at the card and you're like, well, do I really just want to burn crap up? I mean, am I to the point where I need to burn it? Then call in more fire. Call in the
Yeah.
Queen of Wands, you know, or call in the Emperor, who is fire, but he also has the number 4 with him, which is
True.
security and structure. So
Yeah.
he can kind of contain that burn in a way,
He
but it's
can.
still burning. If you're feeling like it's going to be difficult for you, call in the Queen of Pentacles to ground you and give you that grounded feeling. So she's earth. She can create a container for the burn so it doesn't get out of control.
Mhm.
And she can help guide you to just walk through that.
Yes.
So calling in earth element, working with essential oils, cedarwood, patchouli, vetiver, any of the wood oils
Mhm.
that you want to call in, and working with those, creating a mantra that I am grounded, I am centered, I walk with courage and confidence and strength through this year. And you work with that oil, breathe it in 3 times a day, say your mantra 3 times a day. And I believe that scents bring back memories, but I also believe they create new memories. So
They
by
do.
working with that one oil and pulling in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles and grounding, every time you smell that oil from then on, you become grounded and centered in who you are. And you've created a new memory with that oil.
Now, is that called clairaudience or alience? The the clair for smell. I think it's clairaudience or
I think
alience.
it's, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, interesting. Yeah, so we do have some really good people coming in. Jackie, thank you for participating. If you guys tap in aroma, hashtag aroma into the chat, we're going to do a fun little giveaway raffle for those who would like to get some questions answered using that's a Tarot Apothecary. So please go ahead and get those in. Thank you for leading it, Jackie. And then Judy says, I'm in a chariot year too, and I'm a chariot tower birth year. Oh, girl. This year, I have major spiritual activity. I was expecting it to be a year focused on this physical realm, but it surprised me being very non-physical and very magical. It can do that. It can.
Hi,
And
Judy. I know Judy.
oh, you do. Oh, that's awesome. Well, welcome, Judy. We really appreciate you for being here. Oh my goodness. And Rachel, I'll go ahead and get your question in. Oh, you found a good place today. That's great. That's a lovers 222. Okay, we'll pull some cards for you. So just to let everybody know, we are discussing the Tarot Apothecary with Ailynn Halvorson, and she is going into all of the wonderful techniques and things in her book. So go ahead and put those things in the chat so we can get to the questions toward the end, and you can see her book in action. So now, tell me if Ailynn, excuse me, Ailynn. Thank you, Ailynn. You mentioned seeing clients and getting different tinctures and things like that put together, aromatherapy blends. Are you currently still seeing clients, and how do you use this approach with them?
Yeah, I do. I still do tarot readings, which
Mm-hmm.
you can book through my website. And
Yes,
basically, I
in the
tell you to
descriptions.
email me through my website. And what I do is I call it tarot mapping in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. And I work with who they are in the tarot,
Mm-hmm.
what year
Oh, I
they're
love
in. I
that.
do 5 years in advance for them so they can
Mm.
see the energies there that's coming in. I also do a tarot reading for them to see what energies fall in there. So it's kind of looking at what are your goals, what are your gifts, what are your challenges, what year are you in, what is this bringing in for you this year, what challenges do you need to work through, and how can you start working to create that goal into coming
Mm.
into life through these next 5 years? Or maybe, let's say you are in the Queen of Wands here. Why do I keep saying that? You're calling in the Queen of Wands, but you're in like your chariot year,
Mm-hmm.
about moving forward. Now you got to
Yeah,
remember, chariot's water element, so it's about your emotions and your feelings and
yeah,
not letting them get out of control. Because if you let them get out of control, the horses go in different directions, tumbling, you don't get anywhere.
yeah.
So the chariot year, although it's water, it's very much about being grounded, trusting yourself and moving forward without letting those fears and emotions that want to talk you out of moving forward, or emotions from other people coming in telling you that you can't do
Mm.
this. Or so it's very much about staying grounded and centered as you drive forward, but it's a water element year. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I love the fact that it's also about keeping those voices that are not our guides, that are not our higher self, that are in our way out. It's setting boundaries
Yes.
with spirit, saying, you know what, that was yours. It's no longer mine. It's no longer on my vibration. And you can use things like aromatherapy and mantras and things like that to help you through those elements. I mean, whenever I get, because I am a victim of domestic violence, whenever I get those things that are still
Yes.
up there, I will
Mhm.
literally do a mantra to shut them up.
Yep.
So, and you can do it through scent, you can do it through sight, you can do it through meditation, you can do it. There's a lot of things to kind of break out of those negative behavior patterns. And I love that your book offers that. So, that said, do you have any plans to teach classes or workshops based on your book? Because a lot of people could benefit from this.
I am, as soon as I'm coming out of this hermit wheel energy, I mean,
Hmm.
I have to admit it's been difficult because after I wrote the book, it was like nothing, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
it was
Yeah.
like, oh, it was like I needed a rest.
Yes.
And so, calling the energy back in of the muses to gift me with some ideas.
Hmm.
And I'm hoping to write up do a class online, the Tarot Apothecary approach to tarot, but I really want it to also be a beginning tarot class
Hmm.
as well, because like I
A lot of
said,
people come in not knowing anything about the tarot. Exactly.
right,
Yeah.
so beginning tarot, adding in essential oils,
Hmm.
herbs, stones, mantra in with that. Um, Yeah, because I really, like I said, once I discovered the numerology and the elements,
Hmm.
it was easy to read the cards. So
Yeah.
that's what I teach. What are the elements? How do they relate to the cards? What is what does numerology mean? How do the cards work with numerology? Each card is numbered in a sense. So how does that
Mm.
work?
Yeah.
So it's, except for the queens and kings, and the court cards aren't numbered, but all the other cards have numbers and they all have elements relating to them. So once you understand that, it's just so much easier to read the cards. So yeah, I'm working on a class to teach the Tarot Apothecary approach to tarot.
That's beautiful. And for everyone in the audience, go ahead and you can also add up your birthday. Go ahead and like for instance, you could do if you're born in July, it'd be 7. If you're born the 30th, it would be 3 plus 0. If it's 1980, it'd be 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus O. And you can find out what your year is and put it in the chat. We can answer that way too. Otherwise, go ahead and put in hashtag aroma, and we're going to get to your questions. Okay.
Right. And
So,
oh, sorry. For
oh,
the
sorry. Yeah.
year, you want to add a little different. You want
Hmm.
to add your birth month with your birthday and the current year, if you've had your birthday in this year. If you have not had your birthday this year, you would add together 2023 with your birthday. And that tells you your current year that you're in. For
Okay.
knowing who you are in the tarot, you just want to do your complete birthday.
Yes. Yes. And she explains that in the book, guys. It's very, very easy. It's very user friendly. I appreciate that. So, all right. Well,
Thanks,
Judy is
Judy.
just singing praises in the chat. You know, she's learned everything about tarot and numerology from Ailynn, and she loves her, and she's a wonderful teacher. Highly recommend her upcoming workshops. All of her links are in the description. Don't pass this up, folks. Okay. And yes, Rachel. Wow, I'm a lucky girl. So it is wonderful to see you, Jeff. Welcome, sweetie. And you're a 7 life path. We were just talking about the chariots. You can go
So
back and hear
chariot.
what, yeah, you can see what she said about that. So we're going to get to all of your questions. So make sure to just type in hashtag aroma into the chat or just a question, and my husband will go ahead and star those for you guys. And yeah, he's actually helping me at work now after the lover's year. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a good year. All right. So, one last question. Where can people find you, your other products, and do you have other books out there that we are or in process?
Yeah, you can find me on my website, which is byailynn.com.
Yep.
And email me, and everything's in my website. Um, I currently sell my teas on my website. I have removed my sprays for now because I'm switching them up. I'm actually working on perfume salves to replace the
Mm,
sprays. Because with
okay.
the sprays, you have to add alcohol and all these different components, and it's hard to ship, and it just got complicated.
Mm,
So I'm switching to salves. They're the same as the sprays, but just in a solid format. And yeah, like I said, my teas are online, and that's pretty much where you can get them right now. You can get them here if you live in Washington, um, in Raymond, where I live. You can get the teas here at Alder and Company in town.
Alder.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh, that's you're like the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands had a just this incredible idea and brought it all together for you. I think it's just fantastic. Oh, I love the energy. So, Rachel, what if your birthday hasn't happened this year? So it'd be based on last year's birthday until it's your birthday, correct?
Right.
And
So
then,
let's say
okay,
your birthday is July 31st. You would do '07 plus 31, and you haven't had your birthday yet, plus 2023.
yes, okay, she got it. All right, you're set, Rachel. Okay, so yeah, okay, so you go ahead and do that. And oh yeah, it might be a devil year for you. That's a fun one. If you guys
Devil
are,
year's not as bad as it sounds.
it isn't. It isn't. It
It
is
is.
about letting go of things that, aren't good for us
Right.
anymore. Taking out some of those chains are iron and some of them are gold, but they need to come off because they're holding us down. So it's a year of release. That's how I see it.
It
So
also tells you to have fun and stir that crap up. Stir it up, have fun, be devilish. Enjoy the material aspects of your life, but be responsible at the same time. And look at
yes.
what you're bound to, what's holding you back, and cut those ties.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic advice. So there you go, Rachel. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get into the fun part, you guys. We're going to do live tarot readings. So I'm going to be drawing cards and sharing the insights and remedies outlined in the Tarot Apothecary with Ailynn. And we're going to cover the major arcana and their corresponding scents for reference. I also composed a minor arcana list, and I'm kind of excited. You think of them because you are the resident expert. So let's go ahead and get to our questions. And if you guys haven't asked a question yet, or you can put your numerology in the chat, or you can do hashtag, it's right down here, aroma, all lower caps, and I'll go ahead and put you in a drawing, okay? So let's get to our first question here. All right. So this is from Fun Boy. Will my current job live up to the improvement they promised, and how long will it take? And honey, please go ahead and tag the numerology ones for me too. That's for my Tekananda. Okay, so current job, improvement promised. Okay, well, we can definitely see what that's going to get for you, Fun Boy. And I separated my cards out so that we can do the Council of Queens and the Major Arcana at the same time for you. That's clear. Okay, let's look at the Council of Queens here. Oh, that's clear. All right, Ailynn, are you going to, I want you to test me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. So I feel like I've already taken a class from you because I love your book so much. So, okay. That's how well written it is, you guys. Okay. So I got the Hanged Man, and this is encouraging you to let go, surrender, and foster a new perspective. And his scent is patchouli. This represents the Neptune and Sun. So the Sun is all about our ego. Neptune can give those rose-colored glasses. So your guides are asking you to take on a different perspective regarding the current job situation. Okay, watch out for martyrdom, being a victim. If you're unable to let go or have kind of a lack of faith or stubbornness, do a little bit of inner work there. Now, the Queen I pulled for you is this might be an emotional setback for you, and she can help you because the Queen of Shells is highly, highly empathic, and also known as the Queen of Cups. She can create a stream of energy to break up the blockages to allow your energy to flow again, so that you're not just treading water like the Hanged Man has you doing. And she can help you go in another direction, to flow in another direction. And she can also open you up to your guides for support. And know that the companion cards for this energy are the Empress. She will provide a lot of motherly energy to nurture and care for you as you balance this seemingly stagnant energy when it comes to work. And she's here to help you grow up instead of out. So in taking on this new internal energy, you can adopt a new world, which is also associated with this card. And it'll show you your limitations and the possibility for future success, and create a better foundation for support, especially regarding your career moving forward. And that's how I would use the Tarot Apothecary. So, okay. Did I do okay?
No, that's great. That's great. That's great.
Okay.
I pulled a couple cards too, if that's okay.
Oh, no, that's why you're here.
Yeah, I pulled the Seven of Cups for him, which is this, illusion. Things. I have this one deck where it's a Seven of Cups, and there's this guy looking down at this pond, and there's 7 cups in there. But what's real will rise to the top, and what's not real will sink. So there is this confusion going on with this job, in a sense, not knowing. And what I kind of pulled out the Queen of Swords too to work with, because she brings that clarity. What do you really want? What is it that you really want? What is it that you desire about this job? And she helps you be clear and speak your truth, and use your voice to help you get what you want. So calling in the Queen of Swords would be great. Working with some rosemary or peppermint, lavender, any of the air quality oils like that. Spearmint. Yeah, anything like that to bring clarity. Breathe it in 3 times a day. Write a mantra that you're clear and you know what you want in your life, and you speak your truth. And that will help you to manifest that job as to how you want that job to be. Am I making sense?
That makes complete sense. That was really beautifully That's amazing. I love it. Thank you so much. And we hope that was helpful, Fun Boy. All the best to improving your current job situation. We're sending you lots of love as you do that. Thanks for joining us. All right. Our next question is the lovely Shem. Hello, Michelle and Ailynn. Guidance on how to navigate the rest of the year opens to messages from guides and my angels, and she did provide her numerology, and it is a 5.
Ah, the Hierophant.
Oh.
The Hierophant. Hierophant. My daughter's the Hierophant. Very interesting card. I had the hardest, it was always the hardest card for me to read.
Mm.
But what I've discovered about Hierophant people through my daughter, they can create a lot in a life. They are the channel. They
Hmm.
channel for others. They translate information, and often that's from above, and translate it for people to understand. They also um, go through these phases of freedom and structure in a way. So they have to become very structured and organized at times in their life. They have to conform, and fit into a box in order to gain the knowledge they need. And then they break free and become who they want to be. And they have periods in their life. I'm thinking of my daughter right now. She's 34 and she just went into grad school. This is her time to gather more information and conform into a situation, but she will break free from that once she's done
Hmm.
and create more of herself. So the Hierophant is very much about channeling for others and teaching. He's the teacher, he's the guide in a sense, the teacher and translator. So you have all those wonderful qualities about yourself that you can share with other people. And you notice a lot of times on the Hierophant card, it's a religious figure on the card because they translate from what's coming from above to the masses. Thank you.
Blessing. Yeah, congrats to your doc, to your daughter. That's amazing. And Joyful Journey loves bergamot too. Oh, Jeff loves sandalwood. Ooh, bergamot's a good
Sandalwood's,
one.
yes,
I
bergamot's
love that.
great.
Yeah. So Shem, I did pull some cards for you because Ailynn went ahead and described the Hierophant. I asked what the block was because she found the solution for you. I got the Devil. Okay, so the scent that Ailynn has for the devil is angelica root. It's grounding, it's protective, it helps release any negativity or addiction. A big Capricorn and Sun are the two, that's the sign and the planet that she associated with the devil. So it's watching for bondage, addiction, materialism, jealousy, selfishness, or obsession. And so you can call on the Hierophant or the priest to help with some of those things, those chains that are keeping us down. Sometimes they can be beautiful golden chains like our over attachment to a son or a daughter, or it could be an iron chain because there's something really negative and not great in your environment. But this is a year of releasing yourself and using your traditional methodologies that you learn from the Hierophant energy to help you through that. Now, I did pull 2 cards from the Council of Queens. You got 2 of them come up for you. I feel like this is more of a air and a water issue for you because I got the Queen of Cups and I got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Cups can help you open up for healing and peaceful flow. And the Queen of Swords will set you straight. She's very laconic. She's clear. She brings the message of mental empowerment. She really helped me out during my divorce. And that was a bad year for me. So she's going to help you really kind of stay centered mentally and emotionally with that Queen of Cups. And that's what I would recommend. Now, the companion cards are the Lovers. And they can help you with relationship energy when it comes to making decisions moving forward and cut bonds that bind so you can step into a new, healthier path. And again, leaning on your traditions with that Hierophant is what I would recommend based on this methodology. So I hope that was helpful, sweetie. Thank you so much for your question.
And I pulled the Knight of Cups for her, which is
Okay.
telling me really to follow your heart. What does your heart want you to do? Listen to your heart, follow your
Mm,
heart, lead with your heart. You are the teacher. So start following what your heart has to say, and that will help you work through that energy of the devil,
mhm.
cutting those cords, because you'll know what's in your heart and where you need to go and what you need to do.
That's
Yes.
true. Would you associate the essential oil rose to the Knight of Cups at all?
Yeah, that could rose, because rose is an interesting oil in that it
Yeah.
does so many things. I mean, it
Hmm.
attracts. It's very much about attraction, but it
Hmm.
is it is the love oil, the oil of the heart. So working with Rose with the Knight of Cups really brings out that heart energies and allows you to follow your heart and lead with your heart. So Rose is a water oil, Knight of Cups is water, so very much so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you. That's what I put down for that. So I'm glad it worked.
Yeah.
Okay. I married a Knight of Cups, so I got lucky there. And Shem says, thank you both. I will meditate on that. You are so welcome, sweetie. And yes, Rachel, you're next. So no worries. Thank you for being, and oh yeah, pretty much everything in life, right, Jeff? Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it. Oh, wow. And then, oh, Jane is here. It's lovely to see you, Jane. She's going to be on the show next month. I cannot wait. I like
Yay.
roses too, Jackie. Yeah, that's great. And do I work with queens or not? You can work with both, sweetie. You can work with the Queen of the Knight of Cups energy, and you can work with the Queen of Cups and air. You don't have to restrict yourself. It's a big, beautiful world.
Nope.
So, all right. Okay. I used to use Rose to bring in the Marys. Oh, that's
Oh,
beautiful. I
yeah.
love that.
Yes. Yes.
Fabulous. Okay, so let's get to the next question. It's Miss Rachel. I spoke to my landlord and he says I can move out, but I need to pay until they find someone else, which is reasonable. Okay, sweetie, we know we did your chart, so it's going to be mid-January before this clears up. You're still going through the karmic lessons, okay? So if you move, it might happen again. I'm just letting you know, all right? It's risky because if they can't find anyone for months, I'll be paying double rent. Oh my gosh, which is what I want to avoid. But I think I found a good place today. 222. That's the lovers. Okay. Just wondering if I should tell him to post it now or wait and for 8 more months. Ugh. Thanks. Okay. Whew. Well, just to let you know, Ailynn, I have done Rachel's chart, and she has a really not nice yoga that's forcing her to pay back some karma, and it's going to end January 16th, I believe. So that's kind of what she's dealing with in real estate right now. So, and it's been going on for 2.5 years, almost two and
Oh
a half
my
years now.
goodness.
So yeah, lots of moves for her. It's not been fun. So yeah. Ooh, that's clear. Oh, that's such a clear card for you. Okay. Okay. Oof. You can go at any time, Ailynn.
Well, I didn't pull a card because the card popped in my head.
Oh, wow.
The Magician for you, for manifesting the change. Start working with mantra and a grounded oil. Also the Empress, because the Empress is about growth and abundance and reaching out for what you want. So working with those two cards, which are both earth element, working with an earth element oil to ground yourself and start manifesting that person that needs to rent your space, manifesting them into your life. So I would work with the Magician and the Empress, and that earthy oil. The Empress, patchouli, the Magician, cedarwood. You can blend them together. I'd add a little bit of orange to it just for a spark. That spark that ignites the energy of outward movement, so that you can call that person in to rent the space.
I love that. That's great advice. Because manifestation is definitely in my cards. The first card I got the Sun, and then I got the Wheel of Fortune, which are both related to each other. So the Sun is orange oil. I'm actually having some orange cinnamon tea right now. It energizes, it uplifts, it promotes joy and positivity. And they're saying watch for ego, arrogance, and failure. Okay, I know you've got some in your Vedic. You've got some strong Aries placements. You got Rahu on the moon in Aries, so that's going to cause a lot of impulsivity. So the Council of Queens actually supports the fire element here. I got that the Queen of Wands, she can grant you creativity, power, and magic while you're on fire, because that's kind of what I'm getting. This is a powerful time for you to share your passion. So you can light candles, celebrate, and give thanks to your guides and ancestors, and she will carry the magnetism and charisma to create new beginnings and goals. Now, that is more your energy. You're very Queen of Roses. You're very sun. You're very bright. to balance this out, I got the Wheel of Fortune. And what Ailynn recommends for the Wheel of Fortune is, this is a very lucky card. And it's also related to the sun, because the sun's 19 and this is 10. So they both reduce to the 1. So she recommends Clary Sage, and that encourages clarity and vision and aids in navigating life's challenges. And this is associated with Jupiter and Mars. So the Jupiter is the guru, and you have a ton of Martian energy in your chart. You know, you literally are in the army. So Jupiter is a guru. He can help direct your life in a way that is more purposeful and successful. So just watch for an unwillingness to accept change, or things that you find difficult letting go, because, you know, we all do struggle with that. Let go of the stress, the loss, and misfortune. I know you've been going through it, sweetie. And know that this too will pass. Okay. The queen that I got for helping you on this is, I got the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Gems. So grounding through change, digging deep, building those roots, and setting boundaries to protect your abundance is key here. And know that the companion cards to this are also the Magician, and he can help you manifest changes that you want to see in your life. So write down all that you want to accomplish this year and be a guide for the world that you want to live in. Okay. So again, this is the card of success and individuality, and the sun is giving you a lot of allowing you to shine, okay, and free yourself from those self-limiting beliefs and things like that. But what I see for you is things will turn around. I will say that both of these came in upside down when I pulled them, so they want to make these right side up. So taking some of the maybe some of the Ayurvedic energies can kind of help you deal with the stress that a lot of these moves and things are causing. And you know that it's an issue of timing. And I know you're very stressed about it, because I did get the 10 of Roses. This is the same as the 10 of Wands, but honey, you've got this, okay? It's going to be okay. And the card that I got for the 10 of Wands is Juniper, because it cleanses, purifies, and it helps release burdens. So if that's something that you can take as well when you're feeling really, really stressed. So I know, sweetie, I know. So I know, sweetie. All right. And yeah, that could be Sagittarian energy. It is very fiery. I like that.
It's very fiery. It is very fiery.
Yeah.
And I would recommend, you know, putting up a picture of where you want to move in your house somewhere, and putting your focus on that, and manifesting that person to come in and rent the space that you need rented.
I love that. And I think they got the Queen of Wands because, you know, you had the gas leak. So yeah, so there's that energy too. Yeah, and standing up for yourself and things like that. And Moon Fox Knight says, I was thinking maybe you can meditate on a yellow or an orange candle to bring in the vibration. That's fantastic. Color therapy is great. And Jupiter is orange and yellow. So, and that's what I got for that. So thank you for joining us. And you could put it up online. That's very Queen of Swords of you, taking mental, you know, authority over that. So, all right. I did not know that about Juniper. Thank you for letting me know, Jeff. Okay.
And he's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got this, Rachel. Don't give up. Peace and happiness will come for you. Oh, there you go. So you're getting lots of love in the YouTube section. Okay, Rachel, even though you're over on Facebook. We are doing great, Keith. Thanks for joining us. We have the wonderful Ailynn, everyone with the Tarot Apothecary with us, and we're giving aromatherapy reads. So welcome, welcome. Okay, you're welcome, Rachel. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Okay, so our next question is from the lovely Jeff. Yay! If the number adds up to the number 11, does it reduce to 2 or stay to 11?
It is, okay, it depends on whether you are adding together for who you are in the tarot or the year you're in.
Okay.
So if it's who you are in the tarot, you would reduce it down to the 2, which would be the High Priestess. That 11 is still part of your character, though. And I go into that in the book. 11 is still part of your character, but the 2 is your personality on this earth. And I'm sorry, I got that backwards. The 11 is your personality on this earth, and the 2 is what your spirit who your spirit came down to be.
Ooh,
So yeah, so you are the High Priestess, and you have those energies of the Justice card in your reading. I mean, in who you are. But if it's your year that you're working on, you don't reduce it down. You would be in
Mm,
your justice year, which is number 11.
mm, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, the justice is rosemary, correct?
Yes, justice is
Yeah.
rosemary. And
Okay.
rosemary is very clearing. It clears the mind, it clears your thought processes. A lot of people use rosemary to study with because it helps you maintain what you're studying. So rosemary is very much about clarity, and 11-year justice is about finding that balance in your life and
Hmm.
clearing things out, clearing out your home, clearing out your mind, getting things in order, and that rosemary just helps you to stay focused and get things accomplished that you need to get done during this year.
I love that. And that's Leo and Libra. So Leo is all about, shining in your own light and focusing on your vitality. And Libra is all about finding that balance. So, and the High Priestess is a companion card. It helps you tap into your intuition and see what needs adjusting. So I love that. And there's
Yeah.
also judgment there too, as well.
Yes.
Um, yeah. So I love that. That can help you create balance by when there's weight put on you, or balance and order are kind of key. So create those adjustments and a path forward. I did pull a card for you, Jeff, and it was interesting. They want you to really focus on the Hierophant for handling that energy. And frankincense is what Ailynn recommended. It encourages spiritual growth and wisdom, and it connects you to those higher teachings, which really embodies what the High Priestess is all about. So with this card, it's all about watching for rebellion, a rejection of values or doctrines, or receiving unsound advice. So I'm getting that this might be propping up in your career a little bit. That's what they showed me. So just look for that. Your way through is, I did get that you're an empath, which kind of goes along with that beautiful High Priestess energy. I got the Queen of Cups for you. And so if you have a desire to work with mysteries, intuition, and psychic abilities, channeling, or any form of spirituality, which I know you do in spades with your beautiful spiritual poetry, she can help you through that. And know that the companion cards to the Hierophant are Temperance, because they keep the Hierophant from going to extremes. So it offers a lot of balance and healing and a middle path
Yeah.
for understanding and compassion as you go through that. So, and gotcha. I use it as a spice now. I'm going to use it for breathing. Thank you. I love that card. You got it. All right. Woohoo. Yeah. And Rachel says you're a cool lady.
You.
Yeah. Okay. So our next question. We're so glad that was good for you, Jeff. Oh, thank you for joining us, hon. All right, we have the lovely Jackie. 14, reduce it to 5. Well, you just said that you can, if you want to look at the year, you would just use the 14 and you can reduce it for
Yeah.
further information.
It depends on whether it's for the year or who you are. If it's who you are, yes, you would reduce it down to 5, and you would have the energy of the Hierophant and Temperance. Um,
Yeah.
just like you were saying, you were explaining.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So let's go to and you're not too late, Susan. You can go ahead and ask your question, sweetie. All right. So, Jackie, I'm going to go ahead and read Temperance for you because you asked for 14th. I did read the Hierophant, and you're welcome to correct me because the author's right here. I love it. Okay. So, Temperance. Let's find my Temperance card here. If that is, in fact, your year, I hope it is. Or it might be when you were born, too. If not, let me know.
Yeah,
And
if it's your year, then you would be 14 rather than 5. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. So, Miss Jackie, the temperance here, it adds up to 14, and it's all about, it's juniper. So it promotes balance, harmony, and it aids in moderation and patience. It's associated with the sign Sagittarius and the planets Sun, Mars, and Mercury. So this is all about watching for imbalance, disharmony, fragmentation, or falling apart. And let me go ahead and pull a queen for you so that you can learn who to work with. It might be more than one. It is 2 of them, of course.
I also
Okay.
think of Temperance as the melding, things coming together,
Ooh, I love
synchronicities
that.
and things coming together, because it cools what's too hot, and it um, heats what's too cool, and it makes a blending within you.
Ooh,
So it's very much about blending things together. I think of it as very spiritual. Well, there's an angel on the card quite
there
often.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. Yeah. And I love that. It kind of reminds me of what we call a spiritual Gandanta in Vedic astrology. It's a very, very small point in between the water and the fire signs. So like,
Yes.
yeah, so it's like for instance, my past life planet is what's called the Abukta Mula Gandanta. It's right in between Sagittarius and Scorpio, and it indicates a stuck energy, and it creates a lot of steam, and your soul is being forced to work through that Gandanta in order to find it, some kind of harmony on the other side. So that's kind of what it reminds me of. I did get the Queen of Pentacles for you. So staying grounded as you go through this kind of Gandanta-like energy is really recommended. She can help you find structure and grounding during this great change and stability, and can calm your emotions. And then I got the Queen of Swords, and she's all logic. She can help you find inspiration and truth during release. She's that voice of logical clarity that can allow you to be more truthful to yourself as you go through that. So they're going to be working with you on a mental and a material level this year, is what it sounds like, Jackie. And that's some exciting stuff. So your companion cards are the Hierophant, the number 5, and that's all about tradition, education, spirituality, and conformity. That's this guy. And he can work on help you with internal healing, melding, and tempering to blend an internal you, new you. And he can also help you meld all those spiritual energies that you're going into, because I know that you're going into Tarot and Oracle cards. And you can call on Spirit to support your guides, and he can help you accept these changes as they come. So I'm excited for you, sweetie. I hope that was helpful. So, and she goes, "That's cool. All right. You're welcome." Yes, you can do reductions for numbers, right, Ailynn, or Ailynn, sorry.
Yeah, I do the reductions. Like I said, if you're doing your year, anything 22 or below, you're not going to reduce it down. So if you
Okay.
get a 22, that means you're in your full year, because the full, it's number 0 in the tarot, but it's also number 22 for numerology purposes. If
Okay.
it's who you are in the tarot, you want to reduce it down to the lowest number possible.
Okay. Like for instance, my birthday is a 37, and so I reduced that to a 10, which is the
And
Wheel of Fortune, and then a 1, and then also it's related to the sun, but I reduced it
yes,
to the okay.
to the 1, yes. So
Yeah.
you are the magician, but you also have that Wheel of Fortune and sun energy in your life.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm always
Yes.
manifesting things, so that definitely fits. So
Yes.
all right. And it says, I hear discretion is the better part of valor when I hear temperance. Okay, very cool. I like
I
that,
like
Jeff.
that. I like that.
And this is an awesome show. Thank you, you two. You're so
Thank
welcome. Thank
you.
you. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead to our next question. It is from Joyful Jen, and then we're going to get to you next, Susan. So thank you for being patient. How will I know that a job offer is the one that is right for me? Okay, we talked about this a little bit last week, and choosing better jobs. And I think you were on Marina's show yesterday, Jen, and we addressed that as well. So, discernment in the workplace, choosing that job. Ooh, that's clear. Well, this definitely fits with the reading I gave you yesterday, Jen. Holy cow. Okay, Joyful Jen. The first card I got for you was the Devil. Okay, and I know that you had a bunch of gossiping backstabbers at your last job, I believe, is what you said. So, and like I kind of got that in the last reading. This is all about Angelica root. It grounds, it protects, and it relieves negativity, addiction, all those negative, yucky qualities that you're carrying around. It's a Capricorn sun. So Capricorns are all about getting back to business. Capricorns are ruled by Saturn. They're very practical when it comes to engagement in the workplace. But watch for bondage, people that are addicted, overly material. Watch for that jealousy, workplace jealousy, selfishness, and obsession. Okay, because you can still kind of attract some of that energy toward you. I went to the Council of Queens and I pulled the Queen of Cups for you. So she can help you open up for healing and a peaceful flow. Also tapping into your intuition so you know how to spot the malicious personalities in the workplace. Okay. The companion cards are the lovers that can help with relationship energy when it comes to making decisions and making sure that everybody's emotionally stable there. And the lovers can also help you cut bonds that bind and step into a new, healthier path. And so I think that if you find that this job really pulls on your heartstrings and it's in and around people that aren't producing those lower vibrational traits, it'll be a better placement for you because you have recently vibed up. That's why you left the last job that you had, because you didn't really fit in there. You didn't participate in a lot of the negativity. So that's the main stuff I got for you.
Yeah, and I love that working with the Queen of Cups because she helps you to know what's in your heart, but also Queen of Swords to be clear about what you want in this job. What do
Mm-hmm.
you want? Is it right for you personally? Is this what you want in your life? So she can, I mean, she's very linear. She gets things done. She speaks her truth. She's very clear and she brings that clarity into you. So calling in some rosemary or eucalyptus, peppermint, something that's very airy. And you think of those oils, eucalyptus, peppermint, they clear your sinuses. They clear, when you're having a cold, working with those are really good to work with. They also clear your mind and bring that clarity. So really knowing what you want when you're looking for a job. And I think you'll feel if it's right for you because you have that Queen of Cups too, that heart energy that's open. And she's very much about feelings. So you'll be able to feel that energy within you as well as, having your clarity if this is what you really want.
Oh, beautiful. And you're very welcome, Jen. Thank you for joining us and sharing your energy with us. We really appreciate that. All right. So our next question, and Lalima, did we get to Lalima's question, Jonathan? I don't think we did. Lalima, go ahead and put your question in because I did see that you went ahead and sent us a tip. So go ahead and get your question in, and we're very happy to do that for you. And Jen says, such a great insight. Thank you, Ailynn. Yes, definitely click on her link. It's in the description, guys. She's amazing. So, and her book, Tarot Apothecary, is available where books are sold. You can find more on her website and by searching. So I have all of that in the description. Please do. I love this book, you guys. It's really improved my practice. So
Thank you so much.
yeah. I wouldn't have you on the show otherwise. I mean, this is fantastic. So, okay. Use some of my Sun Wheel of Fortune energy to get this sold.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Oh, you did say aroma. Thank you, Moonfox Knight. Jonathan I'm going to go ahead and do some aroma stuff at the end here because not everybody's putting in. I think only 2 people did it. So that's why I'm not using it, if you guys are wondering. And then Moonfox says, I use black salt to get rid of negativity. I prefer to aim for the eyes. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
The evil
That
eye, I
should
hope.
work.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you for letting us know, sweetie. I appreciate that. Okay. So Miss Susan is next. Tomorrow, I get the results of the MRI. Oh my goodness. I've made several other doctor's appointments. I'm eager for improved health and to be more mobile. All right. What do I need to address in body, mind, or spirit to achieve my goals? Well, you get into the right venue. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm excited to see what happens here. If you have it is a great book. I'm excited to share it with you guys.
Well, I can put my 2 cents in right now.
Oh, of
Working with the
course.
Empress card, as I said at the beginning, that's what I'm focusing on health this year. Hope's good too. I'll take that too.
Yeah.
Working and the thing about the Empress is she is the mother. She's very nurturing and caring, and she will help you to nurture yourself. And take care of yourself. Calling in her energy, working with patchouli is her oil. But she's all about taking care of yourself, and she's beauty and she's grace and she's love. So she will help you to take care of yourself during this time. And so calling in some patchouli, maybe adding a little vetiver to it, a little bit of cedarwood. And again, with those, I like to add orange oil because orange is that spark and that joy, and the spark is new beginnings. So adding that orange oil for new beginnings in your health would be really good.
Definitely. I start my day off with orange tea every morning. Orange cinnamon ginger tea, and it's fantastic, Susan. So I love that for you. I did pull a couple of cards for you. The first one I got was the Justice card, and the wonderful aromatherapy scent for this is rosemary. It promotes clarity, fairness, and making balanced decisions because you're working on balance. This has to do with Leo, how you shine in the world, and Libra, how we balance these things out. So just watch for any lack of clarity or imbalance on your health journey. For the Council of Queens, I went ahead and pulled the Queen of Swords for you. Now she's going to be necessary on your journey. She will not allow you to ignore what needs to be completed. She can also bring a lot of communications, clarity, focus, intention, and direction on your path as well. And the companion cards to this beautiful Justice card is the High Priestess, and I know that you have beautiful intuition, so tap into that to help you see what needs adjusting as you go through. And Judgment, that's the 11 card. That's sorry, that's another it's a 20 card that goes down to 2. So that can help you create balance by putting more order, more balance, determine what's best for you, and just kind of create adjustments for a clear path forward. I did have another card come up that I thought was great for your overall spirit. You need to have a little more fun with this and not treat it as much as a job as you do, because the Queen of Swords is really great for giving you that mental clarity. But remember that this is a new beginning. So be a little spontaneous, have a little fun, get out on that. Yeah, just kind of let go a little bit. The Fool is peppermint. It's invigorating, it's refreshing, it promotes a new sense of beginning and spontaneity. It's associated with Uranus and Mercury, and Uranus is kind of our tower planet. So learning to kind of when you have a really good recipe for the Fool, I think it's like, is it dandelion mint iced tea in here? That's what
Yes, and it's so good.
It is.
So
So
good.
that might, and I know you drink tea, so that might be something that you can make at home when you're out on your walks. Obviously, don't pick up dandelions in a dog park or by the road, but if you find dandelion in your environment in a safe area, you can make some of this wonderful tea. You can also get dandelion tinctures and teas at the store too, if you don't have a place where you can go. And the Queen of Swords energy associated with the Fool is she kind of brings a lot of logic so that you don't go off your dharmic path and you stay focused mentally on your goals. And the companion card is the Emperor. That's a 4 card, because the Fool can also be reduced to 22, which goes to 4, which I learned from your book. I didn't know that before reading it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. So everybody needs a little fatherly support after they jump off a cliff. So you can call on the Emperor for structure, for support. It's a very fiery blend. Cedarwood and cinnamon, and cedarwood and sweet orange are what Ailynn recommends in the book. So,
And the other thing, going back to that Judgment card, the Judgment card to me is rebirth. So in a sense, what you're doing is rebirthing yourself through this health issue and being reborn, recreating that body and moving through the health energy as a new person. So you have the Fool, which is new beginnings, jumping off the cliff, and you have Judgment, which is rebirth. So yeah, that's very exciting.
It is. Those are great cards for your health, Susan, and we're sending you lots of love as you go through that. And yes, Jeff, I've used dandelion tea to detox as well. It's fabulous for that as well. So thank you for sharing that. And mint does settle the stomach. I take peppermint tea before going to bed because I have too much Vata energy. So
just don't drink too much dandelion tea and go on a walk or anything, because it is a diuretic. So
that's true. That's good advice. That is so true. Unless there's like a really safe place for you to go to the bathroom. Not a good idea. Okay, so Moon Fox Night. I'm going to go ahead and try the giveaway thing to see if there's any of you. Oh, there's 6 entries. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. And then we're going to go ahead and close out. In the meantime, guys, go ahead and click on Aylynn's link in the description. Check her out. Save that because she is a gem. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let's see, where are you? There it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw. It has to be someone who hasn't gone already. Oh, why am I in there? Okay, Jackie, you already had your question answered, but I did see the only person that we haven't answered yet is Moon Fox Night. Okay, so I did not, I think that we answered everybody else's question who I saw in the giveaway. So we're just going to go ahead and do it that way. Thanks, guys. Okay. So I'm going to stop the screen. Okay. So Moon Fox Night, you're the only one that we haven't answered. Thank you for being patient with us. I would like to know my career path. I'm currently working a good job, but I've been wondering what I can do for career. I would like to go for science, but I'm still not sure. Okay. Okay, career path.
I'd be interested in knowing who he is in the tarot, who they are in the tarot.
Oh, yeah, I've been getting some good ones here. Okay. Oh, and very, very clear queen. Oh, she wants you to be grounded. Okay. So, Moon Fox Knight, the first card I got for you is justice. So if it involves the law, if it involves like creating balance in life, if it's about clarity, fairness, making those balanced decisions, it is for you. Okay. So this is a Leo Libra energy. This is a card about injustice, prejudice, dishonesty, lack of clarity, and imbalance. So if it's a job that like leads you to provide that for people in their lives, to address the injustices and the imbalances, then it's for you. And this can be, when it comes to science, it could be on more cellular level. I have a friend that she's a biochemical engineer, and she's working on the phospholipid bilayer on various proteins to help with diabetes and find a cure for it and find medications that can like get into that barrier and help people. So that would be creating a balanced body for somebody. So
Yeah.
the Council of Queens, I got the Queen of Gems. This is the Queen of Pentacles, and she can help you call on that right accountant, banker, lawyer, etc., to find order. Maybe do a little bit more research before jumping. The companion cards for this are the High Priestess. She can help you tap into your intuition and help you see what needs adjusting. And Judgment can help you create balance by putting that extra bit on you. Okay, so balance and order are key when it comes to your career. So determine what's best for you and make adjustments for that clear path forward. I did get a clarity card on what that path looks like and where you should go, and I got the Hierophant. So this is spiritual growth, wisdom, and connecting to your higher self. And he is frankincense. So watch for rebellion, rejection of those doctrines, unsound advice, because you're there to create balance. The Council of Queens, I got Pentacles again. So it's all about setting boundaries, legal boundaries, because that Justice card, giving and receiving grounded, solid advice. So you're able to really stand in practical, grounded truth. And those are some of the herbs and aromas that can help you through that. The companion card for this is Temperance. It keeps the Hierophant from, again, going to extremes. It can also offer a lot of balance, healing, and keep you on that middle path, which is all what justice is all about, built on understanding and compassion, because you're able to see not just that 180, but that 360 view of the situation from all sides. Okay, sweetie? So, and your number's a 3. That's the Empress. Very
Oh,
cool.
oh,
Yeah.
Empress. So when an Empress, I think of health. There could be, and I kept getting with the Earth cards and the Air Balance card, I kept seeing working with the body in some form.
Mm,
And you mentioned that, working with the
yes.
body. And that could be anything from physical therapy, yoga, anything in the medical field that helps bring balance into the body. And that Empress she is perfect for healthcare, and even accounting and things like you mentioned, because she's very much earth, and she's about growth and abundance. And I think of her whenever I see the Empress. I think of vines moving out for what they want, reaching for what they want on the earth.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a lot of something to do with the body, and that could fit very well with science.
Yeah. I love that. Finding balance in that area. I love that. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay. So we have a couple more questions. We have Santino's hobbies. I would like to know if my husband's 1 month delayed salary, lots of career questions, will be released within a week until Tuesday next week. Now in North America, guys, the eclipses are happening in our 4th and 10th houses. So that is the 4th house of home and real estate and the 10th house of career. So if you live in around the North American continent, that's what's going on there. Things will settle after the eclipses, but they reveal a lot of secrets. So there's going to be a lot of revelations in the spring, especially when it comes to monetary stuff, at least astrologically. So I hope that was helpful. Okay, will it be released next week? Okay, let me look for you. Will it be released next week? Yes or no? Now, I got that it's in his hands. I got the magician for that, but using Aylynn's methodology, excuse me, the Mercury's in Gandanta in retrograde, so I apologize for speaking too fast, guys. So I have to like slow down, slow down. I need a calming scent. Too much orange tea. Okay, so speaking of orange tea, I got the sun for you. So this is all about shining. The sun's a great card. It's to get for a career because it's all about stepping into that type of methodology. I got that when I picked this up, it's literally up to him how he chooses to move forward. It really, all of the cards are in his are on his side right now. So orange oil is what's recommended for the sun. It energizes, it uplifts, it promotes joy and positivity. It's a sun card. Okay, so he needs to watch for ego, arrogance, or failure as he goes into this. So try to just kind of keep those in check. For the Council of Queens, I pulled the King of Wands. She can support the fire element for your husband, and she can grant him creativity, power, and magic while he's on fire. And this is a powerful time for him to share his passion. So when he gets the job, go ahead and light candles, celebrate, give thanks to the guides and ancestors, and she will carry this magnetism and charisma to create new beginnings and goals for your family. The companion cards for this are the Magician, and I pulled that earlier, and he can help you manifest what you need. There's a really famous bowl, and it's a book called the Mahabharata, and they call it the Surya bowl. And it represents how the sun is responsible for giving us all of the nourishment that we need in order to survive as species on this planet. So just kind of seeing and giving thanks for the things that you do have in life can kind of keep the ego in check as you go through this change. And it's also related to the Wheel of Fortune, and that can allow him to use his individuality to create much needed success in his life. But when I pulled the Magician and the Sun, it tells me that he has all the skills necessary for moving forward. And it will be his decision how he wants to move forward with this new job. I did get that, again, it is going to be very much in his court. I'm excited to see what Aylynn's has for you too.
Yeah, I got the Nine of Swords,
Mm-hmm.
and I got that there's some anxiety and fear
Mm-hmm.
around this money. And really just let go of that, get a grounded approach, and pull in a little bit of cedar wood that relates to the Magician, and it's an earthy oil. So that will make you more grounded and feeling solid in what's going on in your life, and having that foundation, a more solid foundation, and letting go of the fear around money right now.
Okay, great. Thank you. Eclipses don't end, sweetie. We get around 4 a year, so you can keep track of them. I warn all of you guys in my shorts when they're coming up. So if you want to know when the eclipse energies are coming our way, we have them every year because they are attached to the nodes of the moon. So, and Moon Fox Knight says, I'm a veterinary assistant. I also would like to do something computer science, but I'm still open. Okay, yeah, the world is your oyster, sweetie. We got some great cards for you, and you're very welcome. So, okay, we just have a couple questions, then we're going to go ahead and close out because it's been a while. Okay, Lizzie says, I would love a reading about my future. It's uncertain. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to pull one card for you. Okay. Oh, this is great. I got the Lover's card. Okay, so this is how you can kind of balance out the future energies in and around you, Lizzie. Okay, I did get this reversed, so this means that this might be an area that you're working on a little bit. I just had a Lover's year, so I'm right there with you. So lavender is recommended for the lovers. It enhances love and harmony. It can foster deep emotional connections. It's associated with Gemini and Mercury, which are all about our communications and intellect. So watch for indecision, separation, manipulation, or temptation in your relationships. Let me pull a Council of Queens for you. Okay, I'm not getting one. Interesting. I'll just give you all of them then. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. She can stir the pot and keep the flames going again. The Queen of Cups can help you work with all of the emotional energies going on in your relationship. The Queen of Swords can reinforce what needs to move forward with clarity and truth. And the Queen of Pentacles, he'll help you think more clearly and make the right decisions on a very solid footing or base. So this kind of reminds me of kind of she's the one who keeps us out of that Seven of Cups energy, like our head in the clouds when it comes to
Yeah.
relationships. So yeah, I like that. And then the companion cards are the Devil. They can address unhealthy attachments and unfortunate addictions or fears in the relationship. And that card can also spice things up and have fun. And again, this is all from the fabulous book, The Tarot Apothecary. So highly recommended. What did you get, Ailynn?
There's a Page of Cups for you. And
Ooh.
to me, this is telling, you're wondering about your future. It's telling you to kind of go back to your innocence and go back to what you loved as a child. Um, and start looking at how you can manifest those childhood dreams into a reality. So it's telling you to go back, listen to your heart, what's really in your heart right now. Who did that child want to be, and what did they want to do? And really start focusing on who you want to be. And I think once you start doing that, other things will start opening up for you. But you need to find a direction that's in your heart.
Oh, I love that. For the Page of Cups, I chose sandalwood because it encourages emotional growth and creativity. So,
And it's very calming. Sandalwood's very
yeah.
calming oil. So yeah, finding that childhood desire and bringing it forward to now.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. That was beautiful. I really appreciate that. And thank you for joining us, Lizzie. We hope you enjoy. And our last question, I wanted to know if my flatmate has feelings for me or take any action. Well, we can give you the types of oils and things to kind of handle your situation with your flatmate moving forward. Okay. I'm not tapping into their energy. I'm going to tap into yours. Okay, MB? Oh, very clear. Ooh, that's a great card. You're welcome, Lizzie. You're welcome, Santino's Hobbies. We appreciate you for joining us. And before you leave, please check out all the links in the description. Okay. So yes, I love this too for you, MV. The first card I got for you was the Star. This is my favorite card because I've got that double Aquarian moon in Vedic and Western, so I'm a big fan of this card. It's Violet Absolute is the recommended aroma. I haven't heard of this. I had to look it up when I read the book, but it uplifts, it invigorates, it brings a lot of hope and clarity. It's associated with Aquarius and Venus, so watch for fear, illness, weakness, lack of desire, or arrogance. Okay, regarding the flatmate. For the Council of Queens, I got the Queen of Pentacles. She can help ground your hope and sense of well-being and share your hope with friends and family to make it a reality for others. Okay, so this is a very hopeful card. This tells me you're really excited about this person, but it's important that you don't get your head in the clouds. We just mentioned that Seven of Cups energy, so call on that Queen of Pentacles to make sure that you're seeing the situation in its complete and total reality. Okay, and friends and family can kind of help ground you as well. Strength is a companion card. It's about owning your story, the dark and the light, and seeing things on all angles. It's a great card for creating balance and hope to work toward your well-being, especially if you're looking for a relationship right now. But they're saying the main thing is you need to do regarding the book is to stay strong in who you are and share the light within through compassion and grounded strength in self. So that's the main energy that I got for you regarding the flatmate. And, you're very hopeful about it, but just make sure that you're not seeing the situation from those Neptunian rose-colored glasses. Okay, sweetie, I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, and I got the Seven of Wands for you. And what that's telling me is in this relationship, to stand your ground. Don't give up on you. Don't give up on who you are. In this card, the Seven of Swords, you have the higher ground. So you can help make this decision. But don't allow yourself to be given up from it, and stand your ground and tell the person what it is you want. It's kind of like, this is who I am. This is what I want. And just be you. Allow yourself to be you in the relationship.
That's great advice because a lot of empaths, we can either fall into that people-pleasing methodology that it attracts the right type of personality and things like that. So All right, MV. Thank you. You're so welcome. She just loved that. All right. Woohoo. The star. Yeah, those are great cards for you. Okay. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. This was so much fun. And I especially want to thank Ailynn for joining us and sharing her fabulous book. Her links are in the description. And it's been an honor reading with you. You can find Ailynn Halvorson's book on her website. This is what it looks like. It's also in the corners here and in the description or at your favorite bookstore. And it is a treasure trove of wisdom and practical advice. And you guys got to see it in action today. This was just a tiny, tiny, tiny little sample of everything this book has to offer. It's incredible, guys. It's just jam-packed full of knowledge, and it has been inspired by the muses. So you can't really beat that. So without ado, is there anything that you have coming up? Anything you would like to promote about your
Well,
practice? Anything coming?
as I mentioned before, I've been in this kind of stale mode,
Mm-hmm.
but I am going to be at the Northwest Tarot Symposium in Portland, Oregon on the 6th, 7th, and 8th of September.
Okay.
I have spoken there the last 3 years, so this year I decided I wasn't going to speak. I'm just going to go and find inspiration this time. So if anybody's in Portland, it's a great event to come to. It's 3 days. It's so much fun. You meet people from all over the world that come in that are all love tarot. There's vendors there. So I'll be hanging around there if anybody's around, finding inspiration for my next project. So
Ooh, that's exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so definitely look into that. And again, you can keep track of everything that Ailynn is up to via her website and all of her social media tags. Please make sure to like and follow her there. Everything is in the description. And I just want to thank all of our best chatters for being with us today. We had a lot of fun exploring the Tarot Apothecary with Ailynn Halvorson. And I just want to thank you again for joining us. And I'm sending you all lots of love. Next week, we are going to have the lovely Gerald from Tarot Stash on. He's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have my friend Jenna Matlin. She's going to be on again for Will You Give Me a Reading? And
I'm
then we're going
friends
to
with
have
her.
I know. I love her. She's great. Yeah, Jen is fantastic. And this is a great book, you guys. If you don't already have it in your collection, you're missing out. So I have two amazing authors that I get to hang out with, which is just Jupiter's going over my ascendant, so I'm just pumped. So I just want to thank you so much and remind everybody that this is what we were reading from today. This was not from my guides. This is from Aylynn's muses. Okay, so really good stuff. If you like the readings, definitely get her book and follow what she's doing because she's coming out with some really fun classes. Okay,
Thank you
so
so
I
much
look
for
for.
having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I look forward to seeing you guys all next week with Gerald. So sending you lots of love and please take care and like and subscribe on the way out. Take care, everyone.